Hello and welcome to the OK Takes podcast. I am Matt, and as always, I'm joined by my fellow couple, Edward. As of 5:49 p.m. West Coast time, playoffs are here. Wild card weekend is ahead of us. It's just nonstop football. You're going to be throwing up football come Monday morning, and then once you're done throwing up, there's still another game later on Monday. So slated for today, we have the Raiders and the Bengals, Patriots, Bills. Then we got some Eagles, Bucks, 49ers, Cowboys, and then Steelers, Chiefs. So much goddamn football. So pumped. First pick. So we have the Raiders versus Bengals. Bengals are 5.5-point favorites. Over under is 49 points. What do you got?
Bengals minus 5.5. I think the worst thing that could have possibly happened to the Raiders happened. They played a really emotional, close, tight Sunday night football game, and then have to come right back 6 days later and be the first game. I think that whoever made the schedule, NFL office clearly hates the Raiders, because that's just like the nightmare scenario to be Sunday night football and then the first game Saturday.
Oh, I'm in the opposite boat right now because I think the Raiders have the best case scenario. I think they have the best playoff outlook of any team.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I disagree.
Well, I don't even have them winning. Like they're gonna I have the Bengals spread as well, but they're in a complete win-win situation. Come on,
Why is that?
No one expects them to beat the Bengals. Like that's not a hot take at all. But nobody expected them to be in the playoffs. Like you had your playoff game. Okay, if enough people in the country watch you play, it's a playoff game.
True. That's true. They were the highlight, or they were the main focus Sunday night. So, but yeah, Bengals spread. I just don't see the Raiders getting past this offense.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the Raiders are going to win this game, but like I said, it's a win-win because coming from the last game against the Chargers, like you said, super emotional. Your kind of heart's on the line right there. You found your head coach, so I mean, you like that's the easiest thing ever. Like you already have a head up on a lot of other teams that like are like hanging in the limbo with the head coach. So you found your guy. So that's pretty good. So like I said, like if I'm a Raiders fan, I'm really happy. They could get blown out 50-0.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw a lot of coaches. What is it now? 20% of the NFL is without a coach now. We saw so many firings these last few days. So yeah, the Raiders did kind of luck out with the run they went on to end the season, and they're hot and they've won 4 in a row. So maybe the hot hand will carry them past Cincinnati, but I don't see it. I see Jamar Chase and Joe Mixon and Joe Burrow going off and putting the Raiders away once
Mm-hmm.
and for all.
So yeah, so I mean, we're not even talking about the Bengals right now, and I don't really care who the Raiders would play. The Raiders could play the Steelers. I still say it's a win-win scenario, even if they lost, because you had like an insane way to end the year. So their final 4 wins came by an average of a field goal. That's crazy. You had so many games where you're literally about to die. So yeah, I think it's a fun season to be a Raiders fan, and you have a lot of things to look forward to.
Yeah, fun is an interesting way to put it with all the off the field drama, John Gruden, Henry Ruggs. It was a wild season, and I
I would
guess
say
it ended
liberating.
fun because
Okay,
you
I would
won
say
4 in a row.
yeah, okay, not fun, but liberating season at the end.
Hey, I mean, I'm sure it's fun to win 4 in a row and close the season making the playoffs. I'm sure that part's fun. Everything else probably wasn't fun, but
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, so I mean, everybody knows the Bengals are going to win this game. Like it's it's any moron could pick Bengals spread or at least Bengals money line and come out on top. So now we have hopefully a fun little stat playing now where it's like what happened when the last time the Bengals won a playoff game. So last time the Bengals won a playoff game was in 1991. Now guess how many players on the Bengals active roster were alive when that game was played?
7.
And I'm gonna give you a line of 4.5.
Oh, under.
Yep, 3. It's been a while. It's been a while.
I saw a tweet. I can't remember exactly who it was from. It was like an NFL meme account that said, talking about how the Bengals last won a playoff game in 1991, and the first text ever sent was like 1994, 95. So no one has ever sent a text about a Bengals playoff win.
Oh yeah, no, that's insane. That's honestly one of my favorite things in sports, especially when it's like a happy stat. Like for the Browns, you'll get some of those where it was like, when was the last, at least prior to last season, but like the last time the Browns won a playoff game where it was crazy. Like they always throw in like what the cost of gas was. So I have a stat right here. What was the most popular Christmas movie in America the last time the Bengals won a playoff game?
Die Hard.
No, and that's not a Christmas movie.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
That's
good.
like a
test. That was a test.
Okay. I didn't fall for the bait.
Good.
It was Home Alone.
Oh wow. Yeah. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we have fun. When was the last time they won a playoff game stats? So that's cool. I'm already going to say that, yeah, the Bengals won this game prematurely. That's literally that's how confident I am. I'm not going to throw in the G word, but I will say that I'm feeling pretty good.
All right. Yeah, I am too. I'm right there with you.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so now we have the debate of, is this where the Bengals take off? Is this where they build, maybe not like a dynasty like the Chiefs, but you'll see them in the AFC playoffs every year for the next like half decade kind of dynasty.
Hey, and I think they're a sleeper this year to go on a deep run. They have the offense to beat anyone, in my opinion. When they're hot, they have the offense to beat anyone. It's going to come down to if the offense can consistently play well throughout the playoffs. I think if they do, this team can go all the way. If not, their ceiling to me is go all the way, and their floor to me is like lose the first round. It's such a wide range for me. Like if their offense doesn't click, I could easily see the Raiders winning. But if their offense is clicking this whole time, I could see them going all the way and making it to this.
Mm-hmm. Well, because who has the firepower like them? It's only the Chiefs. Honestly, as far as like who could drop 30 on your head and it would still feel like they have more left to give, it has to be the Bengals.
Bengals and the Chiefs are those two. Those are the two where it's like, oh, you put up 35. Well, it felt like you could have given a little more.
Mm-hmm. I remember we were saying that about the Ravens and Packers earlier this year, where it was like, oh, the Packers feel flat on offense, and they scored like 31 points. Yeah. I feel like the Bengals are starting to make their way into that conversation. It was like, especially the way they ended the year. Minus the last game because Brandon Allen was starting, but like those final 2 games, they just went absolutely crazy against the Ravens and Chiefs. It's like, if you put up 40, I'd be like, okay, yeah, standards were met. But if you put up anything below, garbage.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm. It's just, yeah, it's honestly just like, I don't know, it just feels like they have a fun offense. It's gonna be a fun team.
Yes. Mm-hmm. As long as they all stay together.
I know, because there's like a lot of good players, like with Mixon, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, obviously Joe Burrow. So you just want to keep the band together. You don't want anybody leaving to put out any solo albums.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so now we are on to Patriots versus Bills. Bills are 4-point favorites. Over under is 44. Now, before getting your pick, I just wanted to let you know that I think this is going to be the weather game of this weekend. There's a lot of weather talk.
I was going to say, you can, if you want to, do you want me to start with my pick this time again? And then you can do the next ones, just because my reasoning has to do with the weather.
Oh, this is right up my alley. Okay. Let's see where, let's throw a little grass out, see where it lands.
Okay. So I've got Bills -4. And a lot of that is because the Patriots just played a game in 75-degree weather in Miami. Turn the page to this week. The slated temperature at kickoff is 0. Mm-hmm. And I know Bill Belichick has been there before, but to ask a team to play in a 75-degree difference, especially colder, Like going from 0 to 75 degrees is fine. Going from 75 to 0, that's got to be tough. Like that's got to be really tough.
Oh, fear not. Fear not. Oh, thank God I had this locked and loaded. All right, so this is Mike Rice of ESPN. So this is what he tweeted out yesterday. So the Patriots will practice on the Gillette Stadium game field today. Why there instead of the regular practice fields? It's not frozen, Bill Belichick says with a smile. So I still like that. See, the little smirk is like, I think he has something up his sleeve.
Well, he might just go with the only throwing 3 pass attempts again.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So there is a strong chance of that. So that has come to play, but God damn it. I think we just got an all-time Bill Belichick quote about the weather. And you can throw in Josh McDaniels had a good one as well. Bill literally said, the weather is the weather.
There we go. Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm. Now, are you also worried that the Bills are holding practice inside? Is that something that worries you?
I would feel like a hypocrite if I said no, but no.
So you're being a hypocrite.
So I'm being a hypocrite. Yeah. I just have a belief that, well, and the weather's not the only reason why I think the Bills are going to win. I do think at the end of the day, they have the better quarterback. They have the better roster top to bottom. So I do think the Bills are going to win. But no, it doesn't worry me that they're practicing indoors.
What if I give you a Josh McDaniels quote?
Let's hear it. I want to hear this.
The temperature will be what it will be.
Wow. Insightful.
This is crazy. These are like some all-time quotes. Like this is up there with the standard is the standard.
The ceiling is the roof.
Mm-hmm. Let's keep the main thing the main thing. So just classic. I'm out. Yeah. Just classic coach talk. I don't know. I love the Pats in the situation. I love it.
What was your pick?
So I have Pats spread. So Pats +4.
Oh, okay.
And I'll start with Bills first. I'm a little worried about Josh Allen. I'm a little worried. He has had his peaks and valleys this year. And then in week 17, he threw 3 picks against the Falcons, and it was a major snow game. So it's not going to be snowing, but it's going to be rigid temperatures. And I don't know. I'm feeling a little bit nervous about Josh Allen in really cold temperatures.
This is the pick I'm least confident in. I will say that. This was kind of like a gut thing for me. Again, my gut told me in the past, but I was just like, I just had a feeling the Bills, I just think that they're finally going to be done and they're going to win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough because the final 4 weeks, his completion percentage was 53%. So not great as well. So I don't know. I'm not fully sold that because this was supposed to be the Josh Allen year. Like this was supposed to be the MVP year, and it wasn't there. It wasn't a bad season, but it wasn't like he's not going to be top 3 in MVP voting. That's for sure.
Mm-mm. No, yeah, I'm pretty sure we've touched on this in shows past. Josh Allen was supposed to be the MVP this year. Like he was the sexy pick. Everyone was saying he's gonna win the MVP and the Bills are gonna go to the Super Bowl. And then when he was struggling all year, it was like, what the hell is going on? Why is he not the MVP we all thought he was going to be? So, and then he showed flashes of that, but recently, you're right, he has kind of taken a bit of a hit in his play.
Mm-hmm. So maybe now it's kind of working for him again, where we're doubting him. He's one of those guys that needs to play like he's being doubted. So it wasn't good when everybody was praising him. Now everybody needs to slander him.
Yeah. Now we all need to say how much he sucks, and then he'll throw for 500 yards.
Yeah, hope not. I mean, one thing that is working in your favor is the rookie curse for rookie quarterbacks, because rookie quarterbacks have not fared well in the playoffs. So from 2010 on, only 2 rookie quarterbacks have won a playoff game. One was Russell Wilson, and the other was TJ Yates.
TJ Yates, wow. Listen to TJ Yates. Those two definitely belong in the nation.
Mm-hmm. And there's been 5 all time that have done it. Yeah, so 5 all time that have done it. And Mac Jones is definitely like similar trend as the rest of them, where really good scoring defense and really good rushing offense. That's just the way you support a rookie quarterback. So that was the way the Patriots beat the Bills. Good defense, good running offense. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Mac Jones does seem like the type of rookie QB that would break that stat, that would win a playoff game, especially with his coach, So it's going to be a very interesting game.
Yeah, I mean, with that win, he'll put his name in the likes of Mark Sanchez. So which actually might be a bad thing. If you look at the list of how you really don't know how it's going to fall, because on the list, it's like Ben Roethlisberger, Joe Flacco, Russell Wilson, but then there's Mark Sanchez and TJ Yates.
Yeah, you don't want to be the last two.
Mm-hmm. But then honestly, it will be interesting to see where he falls. Is this where the curse begins? Like, can we call it a curse if there's 3?
No, you can't call it a curse.
Okay. That would be hilarious though, that like it's actually bad for rookie QB to lose a playoff game or to win a playoff game.
Yeah. It's actually be funny. Any rookie with a good year and get to the playoffs and win a game, you're done. Your career is over.
Mm-hmm. And then also for the Pats, one thing that was a huge reason why I picked them is that they have Ramondre Stevenson back. And so I love Pro Football Focus because you could really have kind of somewhat of a no-name, or not a no-name guy, but some guy who's really not popular, not in like the upper echelon of the league, like Ramondre Stevenson. But then he was the top rookie running back, and they'll post like little niche stats, like just 3.8% of his runs were stuffed at the line of scrimmage or in the backfield, second best in the NFL. So shout out PFF, because that made me much more comfortable in my pick.
No, yeah, they're great.
Yeah, it's just hilarious that like there's no stat that they haven't figured out.
No, their machine, their stat machine is probably just like, I don't even know. Like they can pump out any stat you need.
It's like the Popeyes worker, just day in, day out.
Yeah. Sitting on the bench. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just exhausted. It's honestly like everything Plankton wanted with oh my god, what was the name of his computer?
Karen.
Yeah, everything Plankton wanted from Karen. It's just the PFF machine, just cranking out these stats one by one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. So anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right, cool. So now we are on to Eagles versus Bucks. Bucks are -8 or 8.5 point favorites. The over under is 46. I'll give my pick first. I got Eagles plus 8.5. Going back to back underdogs.
Me too. Same boat. Eagles 8.5. Eagles 8.5. This is a different Eagles team. And it's also a different Bucks team. Missing Chris Godwin. They're missing AB, possibly missing Leonard Fournette. We're not sure, but I'm not saying the Eagles are going to win, but 8.5 is too many points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will say though, I'm a little bit nervous because the Eagles went 6-2 to end the year, but besides losing to Dak the final week of the season, I don't really count that because they didn't like play any of their starters. Like Darius Slay wasn't playing, so minus Dak. So went 6-2 to end the year. The quarterbacks they faced during that stretch were Trevor Siemian, Daniel Jones, Zach Wilson, Garrett Gilbert, Mike Lennon, Taylor Heineke, and Jake Fromm. Not very elite quarterbacks.
So the cream of the what are you talking about? That's the cream of the crop in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh my God, Jake Fromm. That guy's gonna be amazing if he can just not. Shout out Jake Fromm for just being like, all you have to do is be good in college, and then people remember you for the rest of your life. Because he was a stud at Georgia.
Oh yeah.
But now it's like, oh, you actually. So yeah, maybe don't go to the NFL. Honestly, there's some guys where it's like, you're probably not going to be that good in the NFL. Maybe just be one of either like a crypto guy or just take up some random business venture. Like get really into, I don't know, like water bottle sales. Be like, yeah, make your own vitamin water, like 50 Cent.
Yeah. The NFL is not all it's cracked up to be.
Yeah, because now I'm like, oh, Jake Fromm sucks. But it's like, no, he doesn't. That guy was like, that guy was a couple plays away from winning the national championship.
I wonder if Stetson Bennett will become the same.
Oh, well, the thing is, like, Stetson Bennett's different because people had expectations for Jake Fromm. There is no expectations for Stetson Bennett to do anything besides have his like own local like steakhouse chain in Atlanta and like just among in the South.
True.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit. Let's talk some Jalen Hurts. So Jalen Hurts is like really close to being the guy for the Eagles, especially after what we saw the Colts general manager said about Carson Wentz, saying that they're not sure if he's going to start for them again this year. So now the Eagles are very liberated from the Carson Wentz thing, and they got their guy.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts is a baller.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He can run, he can throw. He's like, I don't know. He's weird though because he's inconsistent at times too. So it's like you see that he's special at times, but then you kind of see him like be pretty shaky. And it's like, well, if he could just be consistent, the Eagles could be even better.
Mm-hmm. He kind of reminds me of like if Ken Burns did a PBS documentary on Lamar Jackson and made him as boring as could be, it would be Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because he's really like Jalen Hurts is good. Like we've seen him be solid, just keeps on first down after first down, just eats up yards. But he's not that electric to watch. Let's be honest.
No, he's not like Lamar or Kyler or any of those dual threat guys.
Mm-hmm. But I think it works for him. Like, and I think his teammates like it as well. Lane Johnson, a quote after their Week 17 win over Washington was, "I still have never seen him happy, really, as far as being enthusiastic."
Hey, is Tom Brady ever happy? Probably not.
No, I think we've definitely gotten happy Brady, man in the arena. This guy, so maybe it felt like for a while possibly, but no. Oh yeah, you see Brady smile a lot. Like Brady's a weird case where he's just gotten hotter and his smile's gotten better. He has a wonderful jawline, like way better than when he was coming out of Michigan. So yeah,
that's true. He has aged like a fine wine.
Mm-hmm. He's aged like a fine wine, but if you gave it tons and tons of plastic surgery.
Yeah, true.
If you threw in chemicals that no one on earth knew besides Tom Brady, that's what it would be like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now it's funny. I was reading an article on Jalen Hurts on ESPN. Oh my God, I can't remember the author's name. But now it's hilarious that riders are starting to spin the railing falling at FedEx Field. Kind of shows how stoic he is.
Hey, I mean, he was able to withstand that.
I mean, it's true, but it's just hilarious how now the media can spin that, even though it probably could have happened to literally anybody. I feel like majority of quarterbacks in the NFL probably would have handled it the same way he would have.
Yeah, for sure. And it's it was probably due to happen eventually. So it could have happened to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
That crappy.
No, yeah. I mean, that should be one of the part of the process of finding out if it's a guy you want to draft. It's like just, I don't know, have a simulation of like the Oculus goggles, put a quarterback through that. If he reacts the same way Jalen Hurts did, franchise guy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so it's just hilarious how we're starting to build the narrative of that. But I mean, he is good. I just don't know. I mean, this is kind of feels like another game similar to what we were just talking about with like the Pats Bills, where if the defense plays well and he's just able to eat up just first down after first down, he'll be fine. But we're not going to see any electric huge plays that we'll remember for the rest of his life. We're kind of like a Nick Foles and like the Philly special. Yeah. The Eagles are going to go far. It's not going to be performances like Nick Foles.
No. Yeah, they're going to have to be. I think they're going to have to be in control of the game if they want to win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so just rounding out with some or not Patriots, but with some Buccaneers talk. Buccaneers are in a weird place because I feel like if they lose this game, then it's call out cars, it's absolute dumpster fire everybody, and then you have Todd Bowles and Byron Leftwich. They're starting to get a lot of calls about jobs around the league.
Yeah. This is weird because I feel like going into every playoffs, we doubt Tom Brady. We're like, oh, he's too old. He's not going to get to the Super. This is finally the year he's not going to get to the Super Bowl. But I feel like there's not that doubt. So I'm not as high on the Bucs as I normally am. Part of the reason why I'm taking plus 8.5 is because I don't like when Tom Brady hate is there, he's always fueled to win. But I feel like everyone kind of just expects him to win with, how good the coaching is, like, and all that and the weapons. But I just get a sense that they're going to have a disappointing postseason and it's going to end in that sort of dumpster fire way, like you said.
Well, it's weird because we're not really doubting Tom Brady. We're doubting the Bucs.
True.
Because of what happened with AB. So it's kind of weird. I'm part of me is like, I wonder if Tom Brady hated that. Now it's like he would rather have like all the negative attention go towards him and not a teammate when it comes to the blame game, so he could use it as fuel.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Because everybody, like, let's say the Buccaneers lose, I don't know, 25-21, or so some score like that, like by 3 or 4 in the 20s, where it's not an ugly game, but it's not great. I do wonder what the AB talk is going to be like. That's going to be a hilarious take fest. Just take fest.
Bucs fans will say, if we had AB, we would have won.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what Bucs fans will say. If AB wasn't a diva, we would have won.
God, it's such a shit show. I mean, that really is a Zoolander. There are some moments in the NFL season where we're like, what the hell is going on? That was a classic Zoolander moment that I don't think we'll ever forget. And it was like all of it. It feels like a lot of it just also depends on what's going to happen. If the Bucs lose, then the takes are only going to get crazier and crazier.
Oh yeah, the people are going to be going. It's going to be. I kind of want the Bucs to lose to see what the takes will be, but like Max Kellerman will come out of the woodwork with the Tom Brady's off a cliff take just from one playoff loss. So I kind of want it to happen.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like verbal meme. It's the chef who has a big pot of oil just bubbling, and then puts some fries in it and explodes everywhere. That's what it kind of feels like with this game.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be, if the Bucs don't come out on top, people better be ready.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the takes are coming.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hot take central.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. All right, cool. So second to last game, we have 49ers versus Cowboys. Cowboys are 3-point favorites. Over under is 51. What is your pick?
49ers +3. I think outright. Dude. I love 49ers this week. I love the 49ers this week.
Based on how much you love them and how much I love them, I might switch my pick.
Why? Do you have the same pick?
Yeah, we're in very dangerous territory because everything is pointing to the 49ers not only covering, but money line action.
Oh, yeah. I'm considering betting 49ers money line this weekend.
Is this our blood oath?
Yes.
Do it?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I love the 49ers this week. Because
the last blood oath pick we had was Bengals spread against the Ravens. And we saw how that turned out.
Let's ride again.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it. Blood oath. It's too bad I don't have a knife, so I can't slice my palm open.
Yeah, me neither. I don't have a knife with me.
Mm-hmm. I would just smear it across like the green dot on my computer. We'll just join together in that.
Yes.
But, all right, so we have our official blood oath pick.
I love it. I think the Niners are in a great spot right now. coming off a great win in LA. I think the Cowboys are, like we said, they beat up on an Eagles team with third stringers, second stringers. We don't know what the Cowboys are going to be. We know what the 49ers are going to be every week. We pretty much know. So I like me some consistency. I like a team like the Niners that's going to control the game, control the time of possession. I think Dallas has their hands full this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Well, because essentially this is going to be Kyle Shanahan versus Dan Quinn. It's going to be almost kind of like a rematch, or not really a rematch, but they were both coaching together on the Falcons during the really sad loss in the 28-3 loss to the Patriots in the Super Bowl. So we have that angle. And you know what? Dan Quinn has been amazing this year. He's done his thing. Classic, the Steve Buscemi meme. He's up there in the booth with his hat turned around. I'm still going to, I like Kyle Shanahan. Give me Kyle Shanahan's brain over Dan Quinn's brain any day of the week that ends in Y.
Absolutely. I'm right there. I think Kyle Shanahan, they're now what? They've now won, is it 6 in a row against the Rams alone? Like, to be able to dominate a mind like Sean McVay and beat his teams consistently, like, give me Shanahan all day.
Well, because McVay, I mean, that's a former assistant as well. Like, they were both collabing together. I mean, they're both tight. So hopefully the same thing transfers over to Dan Quinn. And I know for sure Dan Quinn is way dumber than Sean McVay.
Oh, yeah, that's a fact.
There's no doubt in my mind that if you gave them both of them like a litmus test, Quinn is like barely getting above maybe like whatever like a C is, equivalent of a C. Yeah. But I know McVay is going to be having like an A and passing with flying colors.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. But is this honestly, I do wonder if this is the part where we do realize that the Cowboys defense was fool's gold, possibly, because not Micah Parsons, definitely not him. He was incredible. There's no slander towards him, but maybe some parts of the secondary, like, is this where we realize
Diggs?
Yeah, exactly. Like, is this the part where Debo, Brandon Ayuk, Juwan Jennings, and Greg Kittle, is this it?
I think it is. I think it could be. It just depends on how Jimmy G plays, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I think he has to be on his A game. He also doesn't. This is like, sorry, there's a little Zoom glitch there, but like I was saying, I don't think Jimmy G has to be perfect for the Niners to win. But I do think he still has to be good enough, right? Like, I don't think he can throw 3 picks, but he can throw for 120 yards, a touchdown, and a pick, and I think they can still control the game on the ground. So I do think we may see the Cowboys defense get exposed a little bit this weekend.
Yeah, so I think I have 2 Jimmy G takes. One is he could win this game and he still could be out of a job next year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
And then also, I'm not even going to look at how many passing yards he has. I'm going to look at how many yards he threw through the air, because there's a chance that like his total like yards through the air is like 15 to 20, and he could rack up 300 yards just based on how electric Debo and Brandon Ayuk and Kittle are.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It could just be checkdowns to Debo that he somehow turns into a 70-yard touchdown.
Mm-hmm. It's like, how John Ross back in the day, he used to be really good at putting up numbers in garbage time. So it was like really, really deceiving stats.
Yeah.
I think Jimmy G, like we talked about it previous pod, but like, yeah, Jimmy G is, as we know, the king of deceiving stats. And it's just how many times are just going to take like a little screen pass where, yeah, I mean, he did a good job of getting it to the guy, but it's not really him that like accumulated like, I don't know, the 30, 35 yards.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's not the guy that's going to have the deep bombs downfield. He's going to dump it off to Debo or Ayuk or one of his weapons, and they're going to do most of the work. Mm-hmm. That's not a slight on him. He knows the best way for that offense to run, but it's like, don't be over the moon when Jimmy G throws for 300 yards.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those situations.
Because maybe it's good that they don't have a quarterback who's that good, who realizes that he doesn't have to make the big throws and that he's not capable of making the big throws, to where you don't have to worry about a guy like Jameis Winston, for example, who would do anything. And we love Jameis. It's a Jameis pod, but just goes absolutely crazy with the ball and kind of throws with, like, I don't know, no fucks. He's just a no fucks guy.
Yeah, no, that's not who they need.
So that's not it. But maybe it's a guy who's not that good. It's kind of helping them. Who knows he's not that good.
He knows his place, right? He knows what he has to do to win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then maybe this is also the time we realize the Cowboys' inability to run the ball is finally going to kill them.
Absolutely. We've been calling for that all year long, for Dallas to please find a run game. And 17 weeks into the season, still no run game.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, it never happened. And it's like, I mean, Zeke did have like 88 yards against the Eagles, but it just didn't feel like a really genuine 88 yards. Mm-hmm. I don't know, it just felt very flat.
Yeah.
It felt like a very flat 88 yards.
No, yeah, it doesn't feel like they can really run the ball at all. Like, just because Zeke runs for 88 yards, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Like, no, next week they're going to come out and he's going to have 50 yards on 20 carries.
Yeah, everything just feels really stale. It's just like pita bread with nothing on top. It's like, it's okay, but like, obviously you'd rather throw butter and salt on.
Oh, yeah. Serviceable, but good enough? No.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he just, like, I don't know what happened, but like the Zeke potential to just take over a ball game isn't there. Like, he hasn't had more than 90 yards or rushing yards in a game since week 6.
Yeah.
It just is like completely gone from the entire Cowboys offense.
Yeah. And it's a no factor. And it's not even like Pollard has stepped in and been incredible. He's been fine, but it's not like he's been like really taking the job from Zeke. So Zeke's going to keep getting these carries and they're going to go nowhere. And it's going to hurt the Cowboys offense.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and don't worry, Corey Clement is still going to eat up 30 yards on like 8 carries.
Yeah, there we go. Corey Clement will be the guy.
Yeah. All right. Anything else for this one?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so now you're going to finish with the Steelers and Chiefs. Chiefs are 13.5-point favorites. Over under is 46.5. What do you got?
Usually I'm a big believer in the playoffs, a touchdown or more spread is too many points, but not here. I am all in on the Chiefs. I think this is going to be a boat race. I like the Chiefs minus 13.5. I think the Steelers are going to be, I think it could get ugly.
Yeah, this is the might get ugly game. And I think like Big Ben already admitted it as well. The quote from him this week was, "I would assume as a group, you understand that we probably aren't supposed to be here. We probably are not a very good football team. Out of 14 teams, I think we're probably number 14. And we don't have a chance. So let's just go in and play and have fun." So you at least get to, like, obviously it looks like the Chiefs are going to rout them, but it looks like they'll have fun. So that's good.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, the Steelers will be out there enjoying themselves. Juju and Claypool will be making TikToks. It'll just be a whole bunch of fun.
Ben's talking about this football game like he's going to spend a weekend with his in-laws.
Yeah, exactly. This is nothing to him.
Like the level of excitement is like he has to make chit chat over the most monotonous topics, and just, I don't know, the only things left to, like, there's no cable and he's subjected to playing like chess and Scrabble.
It's a nice Monopoly game.
Oh, there's no Monopoly. It's literally just chess and Scrabble.
Oh, it's just okay.
It's just chess and Scrabble. And like it's like probably really old house, so maybe some pickup sticks.
Yeah. Pickup sticks. Yeah.
That's probably it. and he just has nothing, just no energy for this game. So yeah, I mean, because you did it, like you made it to the playoffs. Not many people, maybe some people thought you were going to be here during some points of the season. And really, people didn't think you were going to be here. So it looks like that's going to be it for them. I don't really know what the Steelers are playing for. The only thing they're playing for is to make the world think that the Chiefs are, once again, like the dumpster fire team. This is what happens in the playoffs first. High seeds and low seeds. The low seed, nobody expects them to win, but if they do win, then the talk is all going to be about the team that they beat, not the team that won themselves.
Yeah. I don't have, I don't know. I don't have a strong enough opinion on the Steelers here to think like, oh, what are they going to think if they win or if they lose? Like they're just kind of there. Like if this were Rodgers, I'd be like, oh shit, we get Justin Herbert versus Mahomes. Now, I don't know if the seeding would have lined up that way, but for argument's sake, I'm going to say it would. Like Mahomes versus all the weapons they have and Brandon Staley doing what he does. Like the storylines for this game would have been crazy. If now the only real storyline for the Steelers is like, oh, it's probably Big Ben's last game. Damn. That's about I don't know. Am I not looking at this game the right way, or is that
you are looking at the game this right way? Like I said, like this is a game, and it kind of made me think of like the Spurs and Grizzlies that one year in the playoffs, like years ago, where obviously the Grizzlies knocked off the Spurs. It was a huge deal. Nobody really knows what happened to the Grizzlies after that, but there's nobody who's going to forget that. It's like when UMBC beat Virginia. It's like everybody remembers that one game, but nobody really knows what happened to UMBC after that.
I actually think I know what happened to the Grizzlies. I'm pretty sure they went on, beat the Thunder, and then lost to the Mavericks in the conference finals. But I know a lot about the NBA, so that's just me being a nerd.
All right. Well, you did your argument's sake. Now is my time to do my argument's sake.
Okay. You can fact check me. I might be wrong, but
I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. You did spoil the argument's sake.
No, you're right. For argument's sake, I don't know what the hell happened to the Grizzlies now.
I think the better example would have been UMBC beating Virginia.
Oh yeah, no, I couldn't tell you what happened to them after that.
All right, I'll make sure to go back and edit it.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, it just kind of maybe feels like the Steelers have some bit of spark in them, because I'm taking over 46, but there's not or over 46 and a half. But the part of me that's taking this pick is I know that the Chiefs are going to be electric. I just want to squeeze the last touchdown out of Ben. Yeah. If I could just walk up to his body and roll it up like it's toothpaste and just stomp that last bit of it and hopefully get enough to pop out maybe 2 touchdowns, that'll be awesome.
Oh yeah. And with Najee Harris, and I do think the overs is probably the play there, but yeah, no, I do think that most of the over is going to be achieved by the Chiefs.
Yeah, so it just feels like there's not a lot of talk on the Chiefs though, because that's we know what the Chiefs are. We've seen a lot from them.
Yeah, and we've seen them turn their season around from what looked like holy shit, are the Chiefs dead, to holy shit, the Chiefs are probably going to win it all again. But so we know what we're going to get from them.
But the way the playoffs work, all it takes is one loss, and all the praise that we've been giving them is thrown out the window.
Yeah, no, that's true. I just don't see that loss coming from a team like the Steelers.
It's the guy who you least expect.
Hey, true.
Mm-hmm. I just want to throw in, as we're wrapping up, this one Tomlin quote that maybe kind of gave me a little bit of hope. He said, I don't know how much so in regards to the previous game where they got their asses whooped, I don't know how much you learned from it. To be quite honest with you, they smashed us so definitively. More than anything, it's like a reboot.
It's like a what?
It's like a reboot.
Oh, a reboot. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong.
I don't know if there's how sometimes you talk about just burn the tape. Yeah, I don't even think he had tape in the first place of the game.
The tape burned itself.
Yeah, somehow somebody walked. It's honestly like Office Space, where somebody walked into the office and then wherever the tape was, found a way to light it on fire and it goes up in flames.
Yeah.
Maybe
No,
that's what
that.
happened to it, but I don't think
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin actually watched the tape from the last game.
No, probably not.
Mhm. Yeah, I just like to think like some interns like Milton just getting paid, and it's like, what do you do for us? I have to get, I don't know. No, I'm not gonna make a Big Ben joke. Um, I have to. He has to make some. He has to make an adjustment to the TikToks. Like he has to log in to Chase Claypool and Juju's TikTok accounts and hit delete before every game, because they're still. I guarantee you that they still make their TikToks. They just don't post them.
Oh yeah, no, they just keep him in the drafts.
So he's the guy to make sure to keep them in the drafts. He's like the final editor.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
No, I think that does it.
Okay. All right. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of OK Takes. If you would like to follow myself on Instagram and Twitter, you find me at MattWinder20. If you'd like to follow Edward on his Instagram and Twitter, you find him at Edward_Vento. And then make sure to follow OK Takes on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at OK Takes Pod. That is OKAY Takes Pod, OKAY Takes Pod. Take 2 seconds and will help us tremendously. And then make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's OK Takes Pod, so you can see the full video episode of the show. So thank you so much for tuning in and have a wonderful day.